What's good, families? ImDeeTiller back with another video, and if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that sub button. Today we have officer caught in real life horror movie. Like I said, if you're new to this channel, hit that sub button. I know this is about to be a banger. Shout out to Midwest Safety for dropping all these bangers that we keep reacting to. But we're gonna keep it going. Let's get into it. What is this?
Lock the door and swings open.
Wait.
This officer was by himself on a routine welfare check. What he didn't know is that he might be talking to a killer. Just past midnight on November 14th, 2022, a Milwaukee police officer responded to a welfare check in a residential neighborhood. The caller was concerned for their 75-year-old neighbor, who lived with 31-year-old Israel Webb II, a man who shared no familial ties. Officers were likely unaware of Israel's criminal history, which included armed robbery, carrying a concealed weapon, theft, and multiple disorderly conduct charges. According to a community briefing, upon arrival, Israel spoke through a window and agreed to let an officer inside.
Wait a minute. So he had all of these priors, right? And they had no knowledge of it. That's what I heard. He had all of these prior offenses, and he just letting them right on in like nothing happened. He's already a threat, you know. I'm not saying judge people based on their past, but in this situation, you have to know what you're walking into. Now, do I blame them for not knowing? No, I don't blame them, but I already know this might be a sticky situation.
There you go. After you. You said you gotta make sure you got an animal or something? Yeah. Go ahead.
The secret to our deodorant is sand. We got a crazy message from a customer named Mina. Here it is. Hi, I'm a big fan of your...
By the way, I seen somebody, listen, I saw somebody comment, hey bro, let me zell you so you can get rid of these YouTube ads that you get YouTube Premium. You funny, bro. You can do what you want, but these ads probably gonna pop up.
Here, Israel picks up a steel brake rotor on his way into the residence.
What, this one?
Yeah.
What's that for?
Oh, no, so lock the door and swings open.
Gotcha.
According to the community briefing, this is the only entrance and exit in the home. The rotor likely weighs around 20 pounds, more than enough to prevent anybody from quickly leaving or entering the room.
You want to just back on back for me?
Right? She's laying on bed.
Hey, Dorothy! Where's your bed at?
There.
Up here. You got any lights here?
Yeah.
Check the lights on.
He said he don't know if she paid the bill. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. He had to go ahead and say that real quick because he didn't know if the light was gonna come on. I'm not laughing because he about the paying the bill part. It's the fact that, you know, they're in the pitch black dark. The officer has a flashlight, and he's concerned about paying the bill. That's what I'm laughing at. I'm like, hey, I don't know if he knows what's going on right now.
Hey, this is going there for me?
Yeah, come on.
What do you mean?
She's right here.
Oh. She's right here? Really? Is she sleeping?
Yes.
Okay. How long has she been sleeping for?
Since 6.
What's the bag for?
She wets the bed.
She wets the bed. Why you got it covered like that?
Because it rained out the window and stuff.
Okay, you pull the cover back for me?
Dorothy?
Why is she covered up with her face?
I'm not gonna count, bro. They are being super loud. The lights are on. You know what I'm saying? The police is obviously probably, I think we saw him at the beginning knock on the door. She didn't hear that. She don't hear the lights. She don't hear them talking loud. She don't hear police is out there. Something is not going on. I mean, something is going on, and something is not adding up. Either she gone, you know what I'm saying, or she's off some type of pills or something. It's got to be either or, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But we about to find out today. What's y'all guesses? Guess what it is in the comment section below before we get into it, and mark this timestamp, and then come back and comment again. Y'all probably ain't doing all that. Let's just continue the video.
Miss Dorothy? Miss Dorothy? Why don't you got flowers and stuff on her like that? Okay, step back. Step back.
She's dead.
What do you mean she's dead?
She's dead. I was gonna call her relatives in the morning.
Okay. Put your hands up.
The phone's in the room.
Put your hands up.
Alright.
Put your hands.
I was gonna call her relatives in the morning. What did you do? What did you do? And the fact that she's covered up and you the only one in the house, I'm not saying that you did. I'm only a few minutes in. But the fact that she's covered up and it seems that you are the only one in the house, and now you're talking about she is not here anymore. You know, her soul is not on earth anymore. You saying I was going to call her relatives in the morning and just told this officer that she's not here. And you acting so calm about it. What did you do? Obviously, it has to be you, right? Unless somebody broke in. Was it you that broke in? I don't know if she paid the bill. Why don't you know if she paid the bill or not?
Put your hands on your back. 5446. Can I get another squad to my location? I'm a supervisor. Put your hands on your back. You don't got any weapons or anything like that? Turn. Don't even look at me. Hands on your back.
Yo, this officer ain't having it anymore. Is City?
You're looking at me. On your back. Why you look? No, you're not gonna get shot, but you looking at me like that is kind of making me nervous. Stop looking at me.
I was about to say, either he gonna cuff him now or this dude probably about to make a move. He probably looking at that window, probably measuring the distance between him and the cop, measuring if he need to go ahead and get ready to throw him up or jump out his window or make a move and then jump out the window. That's what's probably going on. So he better cuff him up real quick, you know, and probably put him on the ground or something. This dude look like he about to do something.
Don't do that. I'm telling you. Stop looking at me. You're gonna get tased. You hear me? Just letting you know. Don't do that. All right? I got a taser right now.
Okay.
Look, he's still looking back. Look, check this out. You can't see it's blurred, but look at him. He look like he about to make a move.
All right? All right?
Oh.
No.
And he turned towards him. Uh-oh.
In your face. Her relatives. Call her relatives. Call her relatives, please. Sad tactic.
No. Make that little squad 1017, please.
Please.
He's nice saying, please just blick him in the face. Why? Because he did something, now he don't want to live with it. He can't say, look, if you're going to do something, I'm telling you, don't do anything, first and foremost. Pray, you know, that the spirit enters in you to stop you from submitting to yourself to these evil, wicked spirits that's going on in your body, in your mind, you know, and just leave, bro. It doesn't have to come to a situation where you doing something crazy to somebody or somebody doing something crazy to you. Just leave and don't come back. Don't be climbing through windows, stalking on some weird stuff. Because if you know you can't live with it, if you know you can't live with it, don't submit yourself to death. Don't let that go over your head.
Don't move. Just don't move. Put your hands up. Because you're doing too much moving and you're making me nervous. No. Just don't move.
Why is he not cuffed?
3-4 show stone.
3-4, take off the line.
On the ground.
Skills, take right from.
Finally.
On the ground? On your stomach? No, on your stomach. Sir, on your stomach.
With him saying that, that's threatening in itself. I know he's begging him to do it, but it seemed like he might be the type to provoke him to do it.
Okay, you're doing too much.
Okay, don't take it back.
No, you're going to get to this.
Okay, I'm down.
Put your hands behind your back. Now. Hands behind your back. Behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your other hand behind your back.
What was the address again?
Your other hand behind your back.
This should have been the first thing that he did.
Put your hand behind your back.
This should have been
Your
the
other
first
hand.
thing that you did, bro.
Yep, put it behind your back. Don't move. This is gonna do. Stop! Stop resisting! Stop! 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 Stop!
According to a community briefing, the officer attempted to handcuff Israel but secured only one wrist before a struggle began. At this time, the officer pressed the emergency button on his radio, signaling for immediate backup. During the altercation, Israel allegedly used this 2.5-foot metal pole and attempted to grab the officer's firearm.
Stop! 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 Give me another squad here now! Sir!
Right in the face.
Stop!
Right in the face.
You will be shot!
Right,
Stop!
right in the face. Please, right in the face.
Stop!
Okay.
Drop the pole!
Right in the face.
Drop the pole!
Please, right in the face.
Drop the pole!
Right in the face. Come on. Right in the
Drop the pole!
Right in the face.
Drop!
Do it in the head. Right
Sir!
Please, right in the face. Right
Drop
in
the pole!
Right in the face.
Right in the face! Come on! I would have to shoot
Right in
you.
the face. Come on. Do it, please. Come on, you don't know what I see. Do it.
Sir!
Do it.
Drop the
Do
pole!
it. You don't know what I see. Do it.
Sir!
Right in the f***ing face,
Drop
man.
the pole!
Right in the face. Come on. Come on.
Drop the
Come
pole!
on. Right in the face, man. Please.
Drop
Right in the face.
on the ground now!
Right in the face. Come on.
On the ground!
Make it quick.
On the ground!
Please make it quick. Okay. Don't take it.
Drop it! Drop it! Now!
Right in the face.
Drop it!
Right in the face.
Drop it!
Right in the face.
Drop it!
Right in the face. Come on.
Drop it!
You gotta do it, man. Right.
Drop
Right in the face.
the weight now!
Right in the face.
Drop the weight!
Right in the face.
Drop the weight!
Listen, officer, obviously he's not going to obey your command. He's begging you to look him in the face. You're not doing it. That's all he wants. He's going to keep repeating it. I don't understand the whole repetitive stuff. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying him in the face, but you did. The first thing you should have did as soon as you walked in, and you saw that body sitting there, and he admitted to it being not, a soul not being in it. You should have immediately cuffed him, put him on the ground, or took him to the car before it even escalated to this. So, am I blaming the officer for this, the person's actions? Absolutely not. What I am blaming the officer for is not taking control over the situation before it even escalated. Sometimes the best thing you have to do is get rid of a problem before it becomes one.
Face. Drop the weight!
Responding officers attempted a rear entry to the building, but ultimately had to kick down the door to assist.
Subject is that gunpoint. I'm in the squad.
Right your face, come on. Yeah, don't take me, man. Don't take me, man.
What? Drop the way. He's listening to us. Get me! Get me! What's wrong? Give me your hand!
We know pest, we know the South, and we know how to keep your home protected.
Celebrate Zaxby's birthday with half-off handcrafted milkshakes.
Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
I gotta say this, man. Let me see if it. Let me see.
Check it out. I got the phone.
Someone get medical now. Call for medical.
According to a community briefing, despite being tased, Israel threw the brake rotor at the officer, prompting the officer to fire his handgun. This photo shows the damage caused by the rotor, which was allegedly just inches from hitting the officer. Israel allegedly continued to resist other officers, but was eventually taken into custody. Emergency medical services were immediately sent for Israel, and he survived the injuries. The 24-year-old officer was treated and released after minor injuries. The officer had 4 years of service at the time. A medical examiner was called to assess the 75-year-old woman, who had no signs of trauma. It was later determined she died from lung cancer, though the exact time of death remains unclear. An investigation was opened to determine if the use of force was justified after the officer-involved shooting incident took place. During this investigation, the officer was placed on administrative leave. On December 5th, 2022, roughly 3 weeks after the shooting, the Milwaukee County District Attorney found the use of force was justified. The officer will face no charges regarding this incident. For this incident, Israel was charged with 1 count of battery of a law enforcement officer, 1 count of resisting an officer, and 2 counts of bail jumping, which was linked to a $2,500 signature bond for prior disorderly conduct charges, according to news sources. In February 2023, the court determined he was incompetent to make decisions related to his case and assist with his defense. However, the court deemed he was a likely candidate to regain competency in his case. He was forced to participate in 62 days of competency restoration treatment, credited as jail time if sentenced. In May 2023, he remained incompetent, leading to extended treatment. By late July 2023, the court declared him competent and set a $5,000 cash bond. In August 2023, he pled not guilty and posted the $5,000 cash bond in September after 10 months in custody. Though the case was prepared for trial, in February 2024, 15 months after the incident, the state dismissed all charges and refunded his bail. However, in March 2024, he was recharged for the same incident with 1 count of attempting to disarm a peace officer, 1 count of resisting or obstructing an officer, and 1 count of bail jumping. A $5,000 signature bond was set in April 2024, and in June, he pled not guilty once again. At the time of posting this video, the case remains pending. Additionally, Israel currently faces separate, unrelated charges for stalking and violating a restraining order in relation to domestic abuse, along with felony bail jumping.
Now, when police receive calls for a check on the well-being, it's often a very delicate situation. And though we do use compassion, we also have
Bro, I just want to know what's up with the body. You know, I hear all of this, all these other charges. I get it. But what about the body that's on the couch, bro? That is the main thing.
with caution, because as usual, police enter these situations knowing very little. And I responded to many welfare check calls, and most times the person was either asleep or not home. But on that rare occasion, unfortunately, the end result wasn't always a happy ending. So today we're in Milwaukee and we have a concerned neighbor calling 911 so police can do a welfare check to check on a 75-year-old woman who lives with a 31-year-old man who isn't a family member. Now, this is an immediate cause for concern for me because when you have a random person living with someone who isn't related to them, it could be just me, but this is extremely suspect because many people like to take advantage of the elderly. We do see it a lot. And then we learned that the male living with this woman has an extensive criminal history, which is never good. So my question is, how did this male even end up living here? But the male actually opened the door for the officer, and everything appeared okay for the moment, until the male picked up the 20-pound brake rotor and then placed it in front of the door, blocking the exit of the apartment. And his explanation was because the door swings open. And just as a side note, in the academy, officers are usually trained to never allow your exit to be obstructed because you may have to make a quick exit. But at this point, as I'm watching this, the hairs on the back of my neck started to stand up because the male first states that Dorothy is on the bed. But once the light came on, the male states that Dorothy was right next to the officer the entire time. But here's the thing, Dorothy isn't alive anymore. And the male apparently knew that during this entire interaction, because that's exactly what he whispered to this officer. Now, if you guys are paying attention, this guy gives away multiple signs that he wasn't going to go quiet. Now, the first one is he didn't turn all the way around when the officer gave him an order. And the second, he keeps watching the officer. And the last, he actually pulls away when the officer initially tries to cuff him. And these are all warning signs, and I cannot stress how dangerous this is because the officer is in this apartment with the door closed with a mentally unstable male. And that quick, as the officer tries to cuff him, the officer's in a fight because all we hear is the officer yelling to stop resisting because the body cam has fallen off, and this interaction just got more disturbing as it progressed. Now, this officer had to yell to stop to this male over 11 times and drop the weight numerous times, and then still had to fire his weapon. But thankfully, this officer was not hurt, and his backup showed up right on time. However, this male is extremely dangerous, and although the deceased had no trauma, in my opinion, he should not have been living there. But lastly, this is just another example of how a simple check on a well-being call can turn into a fight for survival. But this officer did great, and he didn't receive any charges for his actions. So it's definitely a win in my book. So all I have, guys. Remember to be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
So basically, you know, it seemed, I don't know if he did anything to her or not. He made it seem like he did. I was wrong. But I will say this. Why did he say that he did lie on her? That's the one thing he did. He did say she was in that room, and he pretended like she was still with us, but she was not. Now, whether he did something to her or not, we didn't. I don't think we got the answer to that, unless I just overlooked it. At the end of the video, it was mostly focused on the interaction between him and the officer. It said nothing else about the woman for real. So I'm going to assume that he didn't do anything and she just left, transitioned naturally. That's what it seems like. And, you know, some of that stuff he said, that Midwest Safety said at the end of the video, hey, listen, he knows. So let me know your thoughts in the comments.